COVID is obviously here to stay with us for a while. It's affected all of our lives. It's changed the world. We've gone through many different things in our existence as humans that changed the world, and we'll all get through it. My office is proud. I'm the chair of the Minnesota Association for Justice Work Comp Department. I'm in charge of WILIG, which is a national workers' compensation group, occupational exposure group. And when COVID came down in March, my associate, Mary Beth Boyce, and I were part of the team that negotiated and actually drafted the COVID workers' compensation bill, which covered first responders, police, fire, nurses, doctors, those working in hospitals, nursing homes, and any of those firsthand people around COVID. Well, here we are months, potentially years later, not knowing the effects of this. And our office is very proud. Not only did we help write the law to protect these people, but we've represented many individuals who have gone through this. Some people are sicker than others, but as we've talked about, same thing as a back injury. You can hurt your back and 10 years later, yet back injury may not be gone. We don't know the true effects of COVID. We are representing people and helping people not only in writing the law, but helping them get their benefits and trying to get their life back in order after this disease. There's an interesting phenomenon occurring with COVID and workers' compensation and employment issues. People who are getting sick with COVID at work, some are presumed to be sick as a result of their COVID exposure at work. I've talked about this before. Mary Beth Boyce and I were part of the team that helped write the legislation for first responders, people in nursing homes, doctors, to be presumed to have COVID at work. There are also those individuals who aren't presumed to be, the grocery workers, union workers, people who are just around it, and they have a right to workers' compensation claims as well. An interesting issue that's come up is because people who are exposed in the course and scope of their employment have to prove that COVID came from work, and obviously COVID is out there everywhere, some of those people are bringing home the disease, the virus, and making family members sick. And people have called us and asked, what are the family members' rights? Because clearly they got it because somebody brought it home from their work activities, or at least potentially. So we're also looking into claims that employers have been given guidelines since March by different states and by the federal government, by medical providers. There's been articles in the New England Journal of Medicine as to how to handle this, to potentially bring cases against those employers who don't keep their safety regulations the way they should, don't keep their offices safe, are not trying to protect their employees and the general public. We're proud to be looking into those cases as well.